with Manila Water identifying the areas where customers need not pay their March billings. Authorities have also adjusted the water concessionaire's allocation from Angat Dam as Metro Manila's continue to deal with a water shortage. Shaila Francisco has the story.
The National Water Resources Board has decided to reduce water allocation from Angat Dam for irrigation to increase the supply for potable water. National Water Resources Board explains farmers now need less water as harvest season nears. So the water will be reserved for Metro Manila's growing requirements instead.
It's also a proactive measure, no? Kasi gusto nating i-manage yung water supply or level ng dam. We are maintaining, no, yung maximum supply na pwedeng maibigay, no, for MWSS, no, to at least to sustain, no, and maka-improve din dun sa mga requirements ng kababayan natin for Metro Manila.
Now the dam's allocation for irrigation will be cut by 5 cubic meters per second in April and by 20 more in May. Angat Dam's water level remains normal for now, though Pag-asa expects it to hit critical level by the end of the month. The NWRB says there is no need to cut allocation from Metro Manila at present. Currently, some barangays still continue to experience service interruptions. Remy, for one, continues to store water for fear they may lose the supply again. Just last month, Barangay Barangka Drive in Mandaluyong ran out of water for a week, forcing her to close her karinderya for a few days.
Siyempre, ayaw na namin danasin yung kaya natatakot na kami. Kasi yung stress na hindi naman hindi mo mapalitan.
Fortunately for Remy, Barangka Drive is among the 10 barangays severely affected by the shortage whose consumers will not pay water bills this month. The initial list by Manila Water also includes 4 more in Mandaluyong, 3 in Pasig, 1 in Taguig, and 1 in Rizal. Manila Water estimates 152,000 customers from 44 barangays will not pay the entire March consumption. Manila Water says they are still finalizing other affected barangays to be added in the list.
The rest are still being validated dahil merong mga barangay, in fact maraming mga barangay na hindi naman buong barangay yung apektado, kung hindi portions lamang. Ito lang po for now, no. Ito lang talaga yung ating binibigay na voluntary and one time na na waiver para matulungan yung ating mga customers.
Manila Water customers who will not be included in the list will still get a waiver for the 10 cubic meter minimum charge of their March consumption. Shaila Francisco, VR1 News.
Beyond service interruptions, consumer advocates say water in the Philippines is plainly expensive. Economic research group Ibon Foundation says Metro Manila, in fact, has the third most expensive water in Southeast Asia after Singapore and Jakarta. Ibon says water rates of Maynila and Manila Water have gone up by 4 to 6 times the inflation rate since 1997. That is the year that marked the privatization of Metro Manila's water services. MWSS said in a statement, however, that the Philippines does not compare its water services to fellow developing nations in Southeast Asia, but rather to, quote, first world countries like Japan, Australia, and Singapore. Water experts also have long stressed that comparing the current situation to how it was prior to 1997, when water systems were run by government, privatized operations have improved efficiencies, plugged leaks and wastage, and water pressure in households nowadays are far greater than what they were before, when water pressure was not even enough to get to the second floors of most homes. On a per cubic meter basis, water now is also cheaper than what people were paying before privatization.